morning. I'm Christy from Christy's Stampin' Spot. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in the United States. So welcome, welcome. I am just going to check to make sure all of my things are right. Okay, so it does look like I'm alive. Yay. Now I'm just going to check, make sure that you guys can actually hear me. Let's see here. Wow, I can't believe it's already the 10th of this month, right? OMG. Okay, let's see if I can get this to work. Ooh, I see me. Let's see if I can hear me. Oh, I can. Muy bien. That means it's working. Spectacular. Love, love, love. So welcome, welcome, welcome. So I have a bunch of stuff on my desk today that I need to get off. And one of the things I need to do is I need to make another one of these Beary cards. So let's go ahead and get started. And let me turn you guys down. And let's clear off my desk, right? Okay, let's see here. Turn it down. Yay! Okay, so I got an order in. I think it was not yesterday, the day before yesterday, and I got a bunch of stuff on my desk I've got to clean off. But I wanted to show you my new things. Okay, so I was able to pre-order some things from the upcoming catalog, and I wanted to show them to you, or not upcoming catalog, from the new pre-order, the new online exclusives that'll be available in November for you guys. If you are a demonstrator, you can pre-order them now, or if you want to join Stampin' Up! To pre-order them, you can do that as well and add it to your starter kit. I ordered this really cute punch bundle. So you can see it has a great tag punch. I find that I really struggle with flags, so I'm really excited to do this, to get one of this little punch. I think this is going to be one that's going to be on the keeper shelf. And then this is the new stamp set. So I wanted to show you, this is the new packaging that's going to be coming because we are going away from red rubber and we're going to go all the way to photopolymer, and we are changing our packaging. So I just want to let you know. So this is the new gingerbread set that is going to be, that you can get now, that's in the holiday mini. And you can see how big this is. It's like 10 wide. But actually, I think it's more than 10. It looks like it's 12. Let's see. No, it's 11, almost 11. Anyway, that our dies are going to come into as well are these, this size, which are 9. Yeah, I think it's like 9 and 5 and 3/8, if I remember correctly. Yeah, is what the 5/8 maybe 5/8. Wow. And what I'm going to do is, because it has, it's very similar to like how it is now, except it's got a lovely envelope, and then it has these really big long things. Some people are laminating these so they can put their stamps on it. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to peel this part off. I'm going to just ink this part up and just stamp it like it is on the little plastic sheet, and I'm just going to put it behind there. So I'm going to have it behind it so I can see, so I'll know that I can just lay it down. And I could probably just put like a little bit of adhesive right here and stick it to that so that I can see where they all go. And that's basically what I think I'm going to try for these. As you can tell, they're much bigger than our other cases, which are these right here. You can tell they're not anywhere near the same size. So we were going to have to do a little bit of a different thing. I think I'm going to have to move some of my shelving behind me. Luckily, I have the pegboard, so it shouldn't be that big. So hopefully it won't be bad for you guys either. But this is the new packaging, which is pretty awesome. Like, I think it's going to be awesome. Can you imagine, like, how many of these you can store besides how many of these, right? Like, you can get a lot more in your storage, which is lovely, right? Very nice. Okay, so this is the new super cute banner sayings. You're loved. I'm so grateful. Consider yourself tugged. You're the sweetest. I can't get enough. Wishing you good things. Happy birthday. You did it. I'm here for you. Thanks a million. Sending my love. Celebrate. Cue the confetti, which I love. And here's to you. I can't thank you enough. So those are some new, that's a new stamp set that's coming in November. Awesome. Also, I got another, I got an embossing folder, I think, too, which is also from the pre-order. Here it is right here. This one is called Beautiful Pattern Embossing Folder, and it is a beautiful pattern. So I'll be playing with that. But that is also coming up in the November online exclusives. So that's pretty awesome. Okay, so oh my gosh. But you can see this is how big. So we have three. I have three things that are this big. I've got the banner dies, which if you guys haven't gotten those yet, they're pretty awesome. Like I love the banner dies, but I did get the letters. You can see those are huge, right? And the banners. I love these banners. Oh my gosh, they're perfect for so many things, right? And then that's the gingerbread. Those are really because those are way bigger than the new upcoming packaging. Okay. So also, of course, I've been trying not to get too many Christmas stuffs. So I did get a package of Christmas stuff. I got a couple of new, more embellishments. I needed these peppermints. These are in the online exclusive section. I mean, you can look up in the envelopes. We've had these for a while. So in the embellishment section. And then these are the delightful decorative dots. And these are on that same page as, I think it's opposite of the gingerbread. They're pretty. I love the colors. It looks pretty. So I need some more dots. Got those. And then, of course, I had to get the snowflakes. Okay, so I did get the cute little Stay Warm, Stay Alone. This is a standalone stamp set. And it is one of those reversible ones, which means we can do both, which is awesome because I am going to totally try to make a Halloween ugly sweater. So keep an eye on that. This is super cute. Oh my gosh, it's totes adorbs. So this is Stay Warm, and again, this is available now. We also have these dies. These are the pattern tags dies, which I have a thing for dies. I love dies. But these are for tags. You can see that. Lovely. And there's a little bow, and there's a little edge for it, so it's got the little hole already in it. Love, 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 right? Isn't that adorable? I love it. Okay. So that is tag dies, and those are, again, available now. If you love tags, I love tags. So you can get that. And this is a standalone die set. So it's not a part of any bundle. It's just a die set. Awesome. Okay. So I did get the Christmas greenery set. And this is the one that goes, that is that, the one with that designer series paper I showed you guys last week. And unfortunately, that designer series paper is completely unavailable until November, which is horrible. But it is gorgeous. If you're going to take that class, Stampin' Up! Is offering a class that uses these products. They do have some alternatives. If you're thinking about getting it and you can't find the alternatives, let me know and I'll definitely let you know what alternative they're using for this designer series paper and sometimes the dots. I think these ones are back in stock. And there's the red ribbon. I also got the wreath, and that seems to be fine. Like these things don't seem to be like they're coming out. And I didn't get I haven't gotten the traditional labels, which is also a part of that class. These are cool labels, though. I know I can eat more labels, but it's super cute. So I'll probably end up getting that one too. But I did get this one because I did really love. I did really love these images. I thought these are really pretty. I want to die cut the one that matches this paper because I did get some of this paper as I showed you guys last week. But this is the image greenery, and like this is really beautiful. Like I really love these pieces, and of course those are some really beautiful holly leaves. There's the bow piece. There's little holly berries, and then the open dies that cut out the images. So even though the designer series paper is not available until November, I think this set still is going to make some gorgeous cards. I'm really excited about that. And I did go ahead and get this embossing folder because I love embossing folders, right? So look for that. That looks really pretty. And it's a 3D one, so it's going to do really great impressions, which is pretty awesome. So you can find that stuff too, in the online store under the suites, but you can also, it's in the catalog on the new mini on page 22. I also needed the snowflakes. So I have a thing for snowflakes. It's true, I do. I love snowflakes. I always have. See, there's the sweater. That one, the Stay Warm sweater. It's on page 56. And then there's the tags on page 57. Okay, what did I do with? Right here it is. Okay. So the snowflakes, I just knew I needed to get the snowflakes because I have a thing for snowflakes. And these are gorgeous, huge dies that are pretty awesome. And it has also, I went ahead and got the bundle. So I got the decorative masks too. So there's a set of decorative masks, these really awesome, huge dies, as well as the stamp set that has a really nice large snowflake too. That the one of the big open dies cuts out, and it has a really great, a warm hello, joy to the world, sending you joy and many delights, a winter wish for snowy delights with family and friends, and a lot for and long peaceful nights. So that's super cute. I love this. Like I said, I love. Oh my gosh, I'm such a sucker for snowflakes. So I did get that. And then the last thing that I did pick up was actually the online exclusive snowflake set. And this one is got it's the stamp set is all sentiment, and then it has a bunch of the dies. So of course I got the bundle. Of course you can get all these things single. But Let It Snow, Sending Warm Hugs, which is, I think that one's on there too. No, it's a warm hello, huh? Lots of love, you're one of a kind. To you and yours, be warm and well. Happy winter. Winter is warmer when we're together. If kisses were snowflakes, I'd send you a blizzard. May the chill of winter be warmed by love and friendship. So this is a really cute stamp set with lots of lovely snowflake themed sentiments. And then I will be doing more with these, of course. But some of these are like edge dies. Some of them cut out the piece of, the paper, and sometimes they just cut out the snowflakes, right? Like so, they're like panels. Like I believe that this one doesn't cut out the snowflakes. You have to cut the panel to it, and then it cuts out the reverse pieces. So you're left with like the snowflake panel. So I will be playing with these. I love all the snowflakes. I love snowflakes. So I had to get the snowflakes. So anyway, okay. So this is what was on my desk for what I got. Oh, so now let me get this stuff out of the way. But I wanted to show you guys the new packaging and the new punch. Oh, I love punches. Punches are fun, especially if with the flag one, because I know that it's going to be something that I'm going to need for a while. Okay, so I mentioned that I went to Kanab, oh gosh, in September, and we got to meet several of the employees. And one of them that we got to eat lunch with asked me like what was my favorite stamp set, and if I could bring anything back, what would it be? And I said was the hedgehog. So if you've been around Stampin' Up for a while, we had this is called the Halloween hedgehogs. There's several of them. I also have some that are Christmas, which I'll probably pull out for Christmas. But I posted that I took them off their wood blocks and put them on made like cling stamps so I can use my Stamparatus with it. And I made these cards. So I actually wanted to make some cards to send to the employees, the lady that took us around and the 3 ladies that we had lunch with. So I wanted to make them some cards. And here we go. So I used that the spooky sweet designer shirts paper, and then these are the branching out dies with my super cute. Like I got to color it with the blends. I love my little hedgehogs and the little mouse. They're going trick-or-treating, so it's super cute. There he is with the mouse. Isn't he cute? Oh my gosh, I love these. I really love these. So if they ever decide to make more with these hedgehogs, I would be so happy. I love, love, love. And the one lady that asked me, her favorite was the Build-A-Bear set. So if you've been around a long time, we had a Build-A-Bear, some official Build-A-Bear sets, stamp sets, as well as dies. And this is when we used to have the big fat dies, and I actually have them all. I didn't pull them up, so you can almost make paper dolls with them, and my daughter loved them. We had a whole bag of them, and she would just make paper dolls with them all the time. But I wanted to stamp something, so I pulled out the stamps, and this is the card that I came up with, and I made it with that beautiful, oh my gosh, I love this gorgeous paper. It is the what is it, floral? It's the floral gala floral. Let me see, what is it called? Charm, floral charm, doesn't even gala in it. The floral charm designer shirts paper. Love that paper. And then I actually, of course, I made with the little girl, but I made it into a sticky. But I was going to show you guys how you can do that. So if you guys get these wooden stamps, so these ones are pretty old, and I can pull them off. You have to be very careful when you're taking them off. If your sticky stuff is really on there tight, you can put these in the microwave for no more than 5 seconds, like 3 seconds, just to kind of warm up the adhesive so that you can pull it off. And then we actually sell the cling, which is cling adhesive, which is like what we put on our. It's what's sticky on the back of our other stamp set stickers. Let me see. Do I have stickers on anything? No, these are all non-red rubber. I was trying to think of on our other red rubber stamps that we have the cling, so it clings to the back of our stamparatus or your block or whatever you're going to need. So I'm going to do that. So let me show you guys. I just pulled this off. You just have to go slowly and softly. See how it's coming up? Okay, you just have to be soft. I'm going to pull it up. You want to make sure you want it to be as even as you can, so you get all of the sticky off. So there you go. So this is pretty sticky. And if you're going to use your blocks for anything else, you could always use like the Goo Gone or whatever to get the sticky off. And then I cut my stickers when I put them on to match the thing. So I'm just going to pull, because I've already kind of cut it. I'm going to pull this off. So on my blocks, so one of the reasons why I think it's easy for me to get these off is because when I got the block, the wood, I sprayed mine, I shellacked it, and so my wood would repel the ink well, so they would clean up nice. And I think that's one of the reasons why my stuff comes up really easy. But if you ever go to like Goodwill, and you find, if you're new and you've gone to Goodwill and you're like, ooh, I can't use the wooden blocks because I need to be able to position it better. You can take them apart. I'm just going to show you. So I'm not going to be able to get it on here perfect. So we're exactly designed to do this, but it's pretty close. Okay, and so now as you can see, because I had already cut mine, I'm going to need to cut it a little bit of the edges. So just a little bit, so that it's not hanging over so much. Now the cool thing about the cling is that you don't need to like cover the entire thing with cling. You just can put a couple pieces on there, is what I'm going to do. So I'm just trimming a little bit of the excess off, because although I don't think you really need to, I just like to. I want it to I don't know. I don't think it matters that much, but there we go. See? Not too bad. Now, if you guys get yours and you're not cut, so when we got these, they were on a bigger piece of rubber, and we cut them out. So I actually cut this out of the red rubber that was there. So if you get some of these older stamps, sometimes they're not cut out. They're like a big block of rubber. Again, I would cut mine off, and then I've gotten some before where they weren't, and then I pulled them off and trimmed them out. So anyway, there we go. Okay, so now we have it, and you can tell it's not sticky. So this is our cling that we've got, and I'm going to pull it out, and I'm going to it's going to go here. Now here's the thing. I can never remember which side is the more sticky side, where it's supposed to go. Oh, I think it's this side that's more sticky. Okay, so take that off. And I'm just going to put that on my little chap here. Now, if he was thinner, clearly you can cut this stuff up. I've cut it up before. But there we go. I've just put it on that part just like that. So now let's take a piece of white. Now, what I've noticed is if you do it and it comes off, which I have had happen, the sticky comes off on my thing, then I know I need to peel it off and put it the other way. I never can remember which way it goes. That was that terrible. Okay, so I'm going to put my paper on. And then this is my stamparatus, which is my Stampin' positioning tool. Stampin' Up! Doesn't make this anymore. You can get the Misty, is kind of the other. At New has one that's very similar. So any positioning tool that you have that you like, get that. Isn't that awesome? And so now I have a cling stamp. Right, and then what is the importance of doing that is that I can, if I stamp it and I don't like the way it stamps, I can stamp it again in the same place. so that I can get a great image. Isn't that awesome? Love, love, love. Okay. So actually, I need to do it with the girl again. But let me clean this off. Let me see if I peel it off, if I've got it the right way. I noticed, oh, I did. Muy bien. So I think it's the sticky piece is the piece that needs to go down to the piece that you have to uncover is the piece that needs to go onto your stamp. Okay, so, because I did do it with the girl. Here it is right here. Now what I have done, what I did with this one, because I took all of them off, is I cut a piece of acetate and then put it on top, which is the window sheet, and that worked really well. As you can see, it'll stick to the well, but this is what our boxes used to be. You know what I mean? And look at how they're not really conducive to really shelving that well, right? So I'm gonna probably I'll probably move this into a case or an envelope later after I do all of these. But here we go. So I want to make another little girl bear so I can make that same card. So, because I need to make 4 of them. So let me go ahead and put this away so I don't get that gooey. Put these ones away. The stuff off my desk so that it's not in the way. And then this is the cling. Like I said, look at, you get a ton. A ton. So I would definitely, if you haven't already gotten some of these, I would totally get some because it's the best. And I don't know how long we'll have it, so we're not gonna have red rubber, because this was they came out with this so that we could, our old cling stamps did not stick very well with this when you put the sticker on, and so they gave us this stuff so we can make our older ones stick. So if you've got some that are already transferred to cling and then they keep falling off, some people use like a little bit of Tombow or the strip adhesive or whatever on there, but I'm telling you, get some of that cling. It's awesome. Awesome, awesome. And that's what it's for. It's not very expensive. And it works like a dream. Okay, so let me ink up my little girl. And like I said before, this is a white pad that I've just done, put memento in. Oh, I need to get her hand. Oh, okay. And although our memento refill is actually, again, also unorderable, but hopefully it won't be for long. I don't remember seeing when it was, but it doesn't matter. Okay. So there we go. Muy bien. So now you guys have seen how you can easy it is. It was pretty easy, right, to convert this. And like I said, if you have trouble getting it off there, you can microwave it for only a couple seconds. Right? Don't. And also, you can also use like a little, if you ever take a pick tool, right, sometimes using this little piece will help too. The little spatula end. I've used that. So anyway, if you want. Okay, so let's color our little chip. And this is one of the reasons why I wanted to get this done instead of just, even though I think it's kind of cool to see what we how easy it is to take your old mounted stamps and make them new. But I knew that if I put this all away and got out a new project, I would never remember which colors I used to color my little bear, and I wanted them to match. So because I wanted to use this color, now usually I would stamp on Berry Vanilla, but I didn't because I'm going to color it completely. But I probably should have stamped it on Berry Vanilla, but I didn't do these. And so I didn't continue the Berry Vanilla because I stamped these before I even figured out what colors I wanted to use. But if you, the colors will be slightly different if you color it on white versus Berry Vanilla, which is why I decided to stick with white for the bear, and then and then I'll cut out the Berry Vanilla in a second. Okay, so to color my little girl, I'm gonna use I've got some browns here. Now I have all of the Stampin' Up! Colors, and I use them all. And I actually use the neutrals that are not in the Stampin' Up! They're not in the same section. Where we go. I know I have one that has all the things. Oh, so here's where you can get the blends, right? When you get all the other color blends, you can find them in the back with your colors. But you'll notice the blends are the other ones are in a different spot right here. They're on page 129, where they have those colors, and they come in pairs. So you can get all of those. I actually love those. I use those a lot, especially with browns and skin tones. Um, but I love these. They don't actually say what they are, and that you can also find the color lifter, which is the white one that doesn't actually lift the color. It kind of moves the color, so keep that in mind as well. But it works really lovely. Okay, so this is my bear. I'm gonna look at her so that I can sort of remember how to do it, because it's been a while. That's why I was like, if I put this away, I'll never remember. So the colors that I have for her brown, this is gonna be for her cheeks, is the pecan pies, and I have the 500, which I can't. It's like a medium. I think that's like the medium deep. So anyway, so I like to outline. I don't know, when you guys learned to color, did you guys outline your things? Like I always did the outline when I colored. Like I was a big color. I had coloring books. I mean, I think my favorite was like a Garfield one that was like burnt umber. I think was the orange that it was Garfield I used the most. And I remember back in the day, we had to make sure you could only get that color if you got one of the giant packs of crayons. My daughter also loves crayons, although she uses paint. She actually has the plein air thing this weekend, which is the an open air painting, and she's really excited. And we're supposed to have like some serious um, weather this weekend, so we need the rain and stuff. But the plein air is an outdoor painting event, and she looks forward to it every year. And I think this will be like her fourth year participating, and so she's really excited. But hopefully, it won't rain. It rained last night, which is nice. So the temperature's cooled off a little bit, which is always good. So you can see I'm just kind of coloring it. It's not. I'm not. It's not like a lot. I don't, it's not like with the Copics, right? It doesn't take as long. It's not as, I'm just coloring it. Coloring makes me happy too. I do like to color. Okay, so see, it's pretty easy. Okay, so those are the pecans I used. I outlined it in the dark, and then I did the light, the dark. Oh, I just colored her in the wrong. Oh no, wait, no, that's right. Did I color in this color? No, I don't think so. I colored her in the other one. Didn't I? Yeah, I did. Put the thing down and thought, what have I done? Okay, so this is the dark. This is the light pecan. Yeah. Okay, so I put the base coat down. Go over it all there. Do-do-do. So pretty. Blending it nice. They always say you need like 3 colors. I don't know about that, but it does look better if you've got 3 colors. Okay, there we go. And then I need to do her cheeks. And I love to use the 700. I don't know why, but I always have. So, just gonna put a little pink in her cheeks. I just love that. Okay, so for her dress, I used Blackberry Bliss because I wanted to bring the Blackberry Bliss that was in this. There's also Berry Burst. So if you don't like the Blackberry Bliss, their Berry Burst would also work, as well as the Fresh Freesia, because I love Fresh Freesia. It is my favorite. Okay, hold on, maybe a little more. This is right there. Okay. So I'm going to use the Blackberry Bliss to do the little strap and their heels on her. And this is the dark Blackberry Bliss that I'm using for that right there. And then I'm going to use it for a little bit on the collar, not completely on the collar, just a little bit, and her sleeves, a little, and her bow. Right, so do. I'll probably go back over this with the Blackberry Bliss just make it darker after I do all the other color, but there we go. Just like that. Oh, and then I did the dots. And this color too. Okay, muy bien. Okay, then I'm going to take my dark, fresh freesia. I'm just going to color in her. Oops, and look, see right there? I forgot her. Let's see if I can make this zoom in even more so you guys can really see. I'm going to do, where's the light color? I need to do right here. There we go. I forgot that part. Okay. So, and then I want to do coloring it in right there. Kind of blending in with the dark blackberry villas. And then I'm going to do this edge of her dress and blend it in with the black fresh freesia. And then I'm going to use the light fresh freesia to color her shoes. Color that a little bit. And like I'm just coloring it. I'm not trying to do anything. Now, when I do her shirt, I'm going to just color this in. Let's see. So what I did do, if you can see on her dress, I did kind of like a brush stroke on the bottom. So I'm just going to color and use a low, go down straight motion with my, the bullet tip for the top. But for the bottom, I'm going to use my brush. And I'm just going to go up in streaks. Like that. See how I did that? And that kind of gives it a little bit more. So it's not, it kind of highlights it. So that's how I did it. That's how I made that. I just did the upstroke just on her dress, the bottom part of the dress. And I'm going to take my dark fresh freesia again. I'm just going to color in her flower. I'm going to put another flower. If you saw, I put another flower on top. But there you go. See, it was super easy to color her. And now I just need to fussy cut her out because these did not have dies. I don't think these had dies. Uh-oh, I just knocked all my things down. There we go. I couldn't see it. Awesome. Okay, so let me unzoom this a little bit because that's pretty high. And find, what did I do with my, here's all my scissors right here. So I do know that we didn't have paper snips. I know that you can get them on Amazon or at your favorite, scrapbook.com or whatever. I don't know which is a good paper snips for, because I mostly have Stampin' Up! Paper snips. If you have a recommendation, since we no longer have any, I'd love to know in the comments if you have a pair of paper snips that are not Stampin' Up! That are your favorite for fussy cutting. I find that for me, I need something that's about this length. Some people like it with a really short blade, or I like this length mostly probably because I learned how to, I mostly do my fussy cutting with the Stampin' Up! Ones, even though we lost our manufacturer, and so we can't get them anymore, which is terrible. Hopefully we'll find some soon that we can get. And but until then, we still need scissors. And so I'd love to know if you have any that you would recommend that isn't Stampin' Up. I know it's hard to believe, but sometimes we can't get what we want. Like I said, this stamp set, I don't think it's available. I mean, it'd be awesome if they could bring back the Build-A-Bear brand. My daughter was really into Build-A-Bear. We had so many Build-A-Bear. She still has so many Build-A-Bear. But that was her favorite thing for birthdays is go and get a Build-A-Bear. Although I had Build-A-Bear too, but she had. I used to take the photos. It was so cute. All of the. Her favorite are the My Little Pony. But we had a bunch, and then when we would go to different cities, if we went shopping and they had a Build-A-Bear and had an outfit that was. Sometimes you can get an outfit that's got the name of the city. She would get those. When we went to Disneyland, Disney World. She got a Build-A-Bear there. I don't remember what she got. It's rarely a bear, right? It's usually something not a bear. We had the Minions. I don't know. She's got so many Build-A-Bears. My daughter had a stuffed animal thing. She loves stuffed animals. She still does, I guess. But did your kids ever, or did you ever get Build-A-Bear? I'd love to know too. Do you guys like Build-A-Bear? Or did you play with paper dolls? I never really did paper dolls. She did, like I said, we got these ones with paper doll with that are the die set. Um, but yeah, no, oh my gosh, they're so cute. Build-A-Bear. But yeah, let me fussy cut these out. And then we'll build our card. And I haven't cut anything for the card either. And I actually ended up using, I really love the scalloped. I used some of my favorite retired product with new product to make this card. So I have a favorite embossing folder. It's called Subtles, the Subtles 3D, and I have two of them actually. Love them. It's my most favorite, and I wish that's also something I wish that they would bring back. Um, they had a basics pack for a while that had something that was similar. And I do like the painted texture one. Although I think that one went away too. I think that one went on the last chance and is gone. I really love my Subtles embossing folder. And when I'm not doing something that I'm trying to sell, or show you guys using some of the new ones, I would just use that one. It's my most favorite. And I'm going to show you guys it today too. Okay, so I made a huge mess, which is kind of the byproduct of fussy cutting as you get little paper everywhere. So there we go. Okay, so there's my little girl. Now I have, so this is a fresh phage. I have a fresh freesia piece. So let me grab some fresh freesia. So this is, and I usually buy mine 8.5 by 11. I don't usually buy the 12 by 12. The only time I do 12 by 12 is if I have to make a non-standard card. My favorite is to do 11 by 4.25. So let me do that. That's what these ones are. So let's get 4.25. Just like that. I should unzoom it since I've got a big thing. Okay. And then I score it at 5.5. Just like that. Okay. And then it's supposed to be, I don't want to get that too far because I'm going to need that again. It is, the mountain part is the inside. Right. And then I'll get my bone folder. I love my bone folder. I think I posted something about bone folders on my Facebook page. It was Back to Basics from the Stampin' Up. They have these really great Back to Basics videos I like to share. I love my bone folder. It's super awesome. And the bone folder is also really good if you find like either your, when you're cutting your paper, if it makes that like little lip edge because of your blade, use it to smooth it down. It works like a charm. Okay, so that's my base. Then I need a Blackberry Bliss and a what is this called? The Floral Charm Designer Series paper piece. So I'm pretty sure this is one I've cut down too far. So let's cut this one down. This one is 4 and 5.25. 4, 5.25. Okay, and then I know I have 2 strips already, and these were at 4 and a half inch, right? So it's a half inch and by 4. And then I need a piece of Blackberry Bliss. I don't think I have a Blackberry Bliss panel. I might actually have one. Let's see. Here is a Blackberry Bliss panel. But is it the right size? It's 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. Oh, sure enough. So this Blackberry Bliss panel is good. So there we go, just like that. Awesome. So I also need a very vanilla stitch circle, and then this is a Blackberry Bliss something else. What is it called? Oh, yeah, I have to, I almost forgot. I gotta Way to go, Christy. Let me do that. Where is my other? So I am going to die cut and then emboss. So I embossed this with my Subtles embossing folder, which I had out right here. This is my old Subtles embossing folder. And it looks like texture, right? Like here's one that I've already done. Shoot, I don't know if you guys can see that. The texture, especially on Blackberry Bliss, it's hard. But let's see, that's right, but I need a piece of Very Vanilla. So I'm going to get some Very Vanilla, and I need another piece of Blackberry Bliss of to do the thing out of. So here's another piece of Blackberry Bliss. Okay, so for my thing here, I'm going to get out my, you guys can't see my, maybe you can on the little bit of the thing. Let me put that there. Okay, so my Very Vanilla is the stitched circles, which I put here. Here we go. It's the stitch circle, and I think it's the middle stitch. It's not the most, I don't think it's the biggest one. I think it's this middle one. Let's see here. Yep, that's the one. The second biggest. So let me die cut one of those out of my machine. Go. I know I didn't move it. You guys don't want to see me shake my whole table. So there's the Very Vanilla. And then I know I usually do this, have it all prepared, but I figure you guys can watch me. Okay, so this is my old set of layering circle framelits. I know, right? They had these. I love this scalloped edge. And let's see, I think this one's the two. No, that's the right one. So I love the scalloped edge. It's my favorite. I don't know, I think that might be, is that the right one? I think it is. I love my scalloped edge. Okay. So I wish that Stampin' Up! Came back with that, where we would have the layering circles with having the scalloped edge, because I just really liked it. And I love the squares that we had that was the scalloped, something scalloped. Isn't it like, what are they called? Scalloped shapes, but it had like the triangles. Okay, let's see, is that the right one? That is. See how it just goes like that? Love, love, love. So I never get rid of my stuff. I keep it because you never know when you want to use it. So I'm sure you can find something similar from one of the other companies. Everyone's got like 1,000 stitch circles and that. But I love these. This is actually a must. The stitch stylish shapes, I love them. Okay, so but I'm going to use my Subtles, and I'm going to run it through. This is my big piece. And when you do a 3D that hasn't changed, it's just your embossing folder on your platform with the special whatever it is, the special 3D plate, the number 3 I think is what it is. So here we go, and then I'm going to do this one as well. And then of course I have to use my favorite stamp set that is the I use it all the time, the Simply Said. I did see that it was on the low inventory. I didn't think it got put on the last chance list because it is one of my most favorite stamp sets. It's one of the more versatile stamp sets that I think we've ever had, really, actually. I love, love, love. Okay, so after I got the subtle, now I need to put these together. So I just need some glue. This glue feels like it's almost out. But go ahead and put glue on here like that. Love, love, love. Okay. So then I'm going to use my tear and tape, which I have a ton of. Oh my gosh, you guys, I need a drink of water. I'm like starting, I feel like I'm getting hot. Okay. So usually when I do, I usually go this way with the ribbon, but I want to try something a little different. So I love this big ribbon. I don't think we have it anymore. I don't know if you guys have tried it. It's sometimes Stampin' Up! Has these really huge ribbons, and you're like, what are you going to do with that huge ribbon? Well, I cut mine. So let me show you guys how I do that if you guys get some of these big fluffy ribbons. But I really like to use my tear and tape to hold down the edges of my ribbon. So the one that I used, I think it was on the last chance for a while. I didn't check to see if it was still available. The one that I use, it's kind of an off-white. Although it says it's white, it's a bit off-white, I thought. And it is frayed ribbon. As you can see, it's super thick, right? Like that's a pretty thick ribbon. I like it because I think it makes a really nice border. And then I'm going to show you. I cut mine in half, or cut it so that it easier to make bows. So I actually made a bow, but I'll show you guys how I cut it too. Okay, so I want to put this on. Oh, look it, I did it again. I put it on the wrong side. Of course I did. Okay, let's put that on the other side. But we're going it down so it doesn't even matter that there's sticky. When you do make a mistake like this, make sure you don't stick it to your table, because that will be a nightmare. There we go. I can't tell you how many times I do that. I put the sticky on the wrong side. I totally do it all the time. Okay, I want to go this side. So I'm just going to wrap it like that. Get out my ribbon scissors. Love, love, love. Okay. So now I feel like I almost need at least, I usually do like 12 inches. You almost need 12 inches to do a bow. So I've cut that, and then I'm just going to cut it in half, right? I'm just going to go right up the center of this big giant ribbon. And I think this ribbon is what, an inch? Yeah, it's an inch, right? That's huge. Huge. Might be bigger than an inch. No, it says it's 3/4 of an inch. It seems like it's bigger than that. But anyway, I'm just cutting it up, and it doesn't matter if it's not 100% even. It's not going to matter. Right? There we go. I've cut it. Now, if you get some of these little pieces that fray, that's fine. Just pull them out. Just kind of keep it, get it nice and there we go. And then you can make a bow. Now, you're going to cut it a little bit, right? But it's easier to go at 12 inches than it is anything smaller than that. I know I posted how Stampin' Up! Does their bows, but I don't know how to make a bow like that. I make my bows like this, which are weird. I'm not going to not get all my strings off. Okay, here we go. Just like that. And then I work it around a little bit. Go, see, isn't that pretty? And you can always trim off any of your extra strings that you don't like, and then cut it at an angle. See, it turned out really pretty. I really like. So that don't be afraid to cut your ribbons. Don't be afraid to do it. Right? It's your stuff. Use it. And if it's too fat and you don't like it, but you still love the color, like I did, just cut it in half. You can do it. You can totally do it. Okay. So here we go. Now we need to do, before we glue on our pieces, we need to stamp our sentiment. So now I thought I did it in Blackberry Bliss, but I thought it was too dark. So the first time I tried it with the dark Blackberry Bliss, I just have like strings everywhere. Let me clean this up so it's not as bad, so I don't get stuff everywhere. I know, right? I'm such a messy stamper. It's true, I am. But okay, so I'm going to use my Stamparatus again. So get your favorite stamp positioning tool out. I'm going to get out put my little stitch circle right here. Now what I also need is a piece of scrap paper. So here's a piece of scrap that I didn't use because I'm going to stamp and then stamp off, right? So I want my hello. So what I'm going to do is, I know this is so bad, they just want to fall out. So if your thing is starting to lose some of your sticky, if you wash it gently with Dawn, right, some Dawn detergent, that usually helps make it sticky again. Okay, so I want it to be like right here, right, like right there. So I'm going to pick it up straight. I'm going to pick it up. And then I'm going to put this here because I'm going to stamp it, and then I'm going to stamp it again. Oh no, I did it again. I don't know why I'm having trouble with my mouse today. It's so funny. My video just went away. Where did it go? Manicam. Still running. Where did it go? Do. I think it's still running. Yes, I'm still live, thank gosh. I just had an emotional, there it goes. It went away and it wasn't on my bottom thing, and I was like, oh no, now I've lost it, but I did. Okay. All right, so this is my Blackberry Bliss. I'm going to load it up on my thing. I got a little bit right here. Now I'm going to stamp it. Right? Doesn't matter because I'm just pulling that off. See? And now I'm going to huff on it because when you stamp off, you should. Right? So don't move your thing out of the way. And then, there we go. Isn't that pretty? So I've already stamped it. Nice. And I stamped it off. So it's still that lovely, the look of that being stamped off once. Okay, so let's clean that up. Clean this off. Keep that nice. And I put a piece of my acetate on top. Keep that nice. Get gross. Okay, muy bien. So now we can do it. So I'm going to glue this piece to this piece. So, oops. Around there. Doo-doo. Yeah, no, I totally missed these. You guys have, I don't know how long you guys have been with Stampin' Up. Do you have a pair of these scallop circles that you love, that you go to? When we had these, man, everything was layered. Because we had squares and rectangles that were layered. Love them. And I still love them. I keep all my things. Okay. So now that this is here, and I've already got some of the sticky, let's go ahead and do this. Now I found that because I'm not going to put it up on dimensionals, using some more tape, especially if it's fat and you're not going to use dimensionals. Now, if I was going to use dimensionals with this, and I had already accidentally put that sticky down and you don't want to remove that sticky, that's the best part to put the embossing buddy. You guys, that's what we use for embossing to make sure we've got the static. So static, this static powder. I also have these ones by, I think it's EKE or something. I don't know what it's called. But it's just like a little dusty powder. You dust it, and that'll make your sticky not sticky. That way, if you're going to use Stampin' Dimensionals, you don't want there to be sticky besides where your Stampin' Dimensionals are, because then sometimes it'll not lay flat, right? It'll accidentally stick in places you don't want it to stick. So you can use that sometimes if you don't feel like peeling it off or doing anything, just putting some of that stuff on that, because it doesn't matter. You won't be able to see it, right? Because we're going to put it down. It works nice. Okay, I don't need that. I need my Take a Pic tool, which I had out already once. Now I don't know what I did with it. I bought a brand new one. Oh, there it is. Because I had broke this one. You can only drop things so many times before you start breaking it. Yeah, I know it's terrible. But I am doing this thing with my local group, Thunder Mountain, the Thunder Mountain Stamp Club. I actually have a class that I'm going to this afternoon. But so I've been trying to actually have my friend that goes to like scrapbooking things all the time. She actually has like a bag. She has like her tools, and she's got all of her tools twice. So I don't have like all my Stampin' blends and stuff twice, but I am trying to slowly but surely get all my tools twice so that I can keep them in my that bag. So I don't have to like unpack every single time, because that's a pain. Okay, so as you see, I've just added more glue. I really like the glue because it does give you a chance to kind of wiggle things around, which is really nice. But the tape actually helps keep your ribbon down pretty close, because that's kind of the weakest part that you can, you know, for it to, you don't want your panels to fall off, right? So that's usually the weakest part of your front panel, is like underneath your ribbon. So the tear and tape is really good for that. I really like that. Okay. All right, so now we've glued that down, right? Now we need to put are this down, and this one is on dimensionals. So let me get my dimensionals out. I think these are actually paper pumpkin dimensionals because they're fat, but that doesn't matter. It won't matter. Okay, so let's pull those off, and I use 3. Remember, you want to make sure your hello is at the top. I kind of want it in the middle of this right here, like, and then a little bit over the edge, just like that. And then I'm going to use some glue dot to put this on. Go, glue dot, a couple glue dots actually. Get that on there. Okay. And put that on there like that. Because I kind of want them to be very similar, right? Like pretty similar. As similar as I can make them. I mean, every time that's a handmade thing, sometimes it'll be more, it's hard to get it exactly, but you know. Okay, so here is my little, she looks pretty similar, right? That looks pretty good, right? Okay, so let me go ahead and zoom you guys in while I finish the card front. Okay, that looks pretty good. Okay, so I need to put dimensionals on her, and I'm going to use mini ones. Okay, so you can, like, I sometimes cut up dimensionals to put on these so they fit really good on her feet. These ones are okay. You don't have to have 1,000 dimensionals on these. You don't have to cover your whole thing with dimensionals. But it is helpful to get them in the main places. And I think that's going to be okay. I don't think I need, well, maybe I will need that. Okay, so for her little hands, I've decided I think I do need some. So I'm just going to cut this edge off. So I use every piece of my dimensionals, and you should too. Don't ever throw any of the dimensional away. So I've just cut a small, thin piece to go on here. If I can get it off the paper. Stick it down on her hand. You just don't want it to show, right? Okay, so there was one. What did I do with the other piece? Set it down, and now I've promptly lost it because I can't see, right? Do. There it is. Just dropped it on the thing. Okay. Here we go. Get some drink again. Nice. Okay. Peel these off. So don't forget to use the stuff that you've bought before, right? And you can seamlessly blend. Like this is one that I got, 2002? Like this is long. No, she was born in 2002. So these are probably from when? Maybe, I don't know. Maybe 2008? I don't know. It's a long time these have been around. I can't remember exactly when. And some of them, you used to have the date on here on this piece, and then that was helpful, but these ones don't. And they probably were on the sticker, and I cut the sticker off because I want it to look nice. I want it to be perfectly whatever. Okay, so this one went over. I want to stack it because I want her foot to be up higher, but I want it to be attached to the card. So I'm actually going to stack it with 2 dimensionals. Otherwise, it's going to drive me nuts. There we go. So there she is. Now I need to do my finishing touches, which are these flowers. So I love to fussy cut. I know it's crazy. I have a bunch. So usually I start with a bunch of flowers and then figure out how I want them to go. I know I'm going to need another little flower because I know I don't have any other little flowers. I need a little flower there. And then I need 2 more little flowers. So let's see. Is there any in this piece? There's one right here, and right here, and right here. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this piece up because I know I don't have those in here. Because I need one for her hair. I love fussy cutting though. Do you guys fussy cut? Probably like, no. I do. I love it. And I'm getting to the point where I can't really see. The glasses that I'm wearing right now are my, they're actually designed so I can see my, or prescription, so I can see my monitor, right? So I can see how that's going. I can't, it's not as good as the fussy cut. I actually have my other ones are on my head. I don't need they're like reader glasses. There we go. Oh, that looks so adorable. And if you can't tell, but I actually added two more fussy cutted flowers right here and right here. Um, so that, oh, sorry, I was off camera. Right here and right here to this. So I'm going to do the same thing. And then I'm going to add, although this is in the wrong spot. I think I knocked it off. It goes on the circle. And then these are also retired and my most favorite. They're by far my most favorite uh, embellishment, which I'm very sad that they are gone. It is they're the rhinestones, which I love so much. Okay, so I know I need those two little ones, and I think I need another medium-sized one to go underneath her hand. Um, so I think maybe, oh, let's try this one. I need those little ones. Let's get these little ones out first and see what I got. And I'll just put these in a little thing. I'll save them. So even the ones that are like cut off, I save those because you can, if you're gonna tuck anything underneath something, you don't need that really piece. So I keep everything and I cut everything. I know I'm crazy, but I love it all. I do, and I wanted it to be nice. So hopefully they'll like this. I don't think I've actually had this set out. Probably, I don't know. It's been years and years and years since I've had this set out of. I'm gonna use a glue dot to attach it. That I've had this one set out, the Build-A-Bear set. I mean, it's been years since I've had it out. Really, terribly amount of years. Okay, let's see. Do-do-do. Maybe I should put this one. Now, does it need to be? Oh, I didn't. I put her hand underneath. I'm gonna have to pull that up. I forgot. Let me pull that up. There we go. Do. It's got to go underneath her hand, right? No, I don't like it. I need a one that's got more round edges. Okay. So this one, let's try this one. This one's a smaller one. So you just kind of cut the ones you want. Like I could go get. I have all more of this paper, so I can always get another one. But this is already a piece that I've cut. It's too short for a card front. I might as well use it to fussy cut. I love fussy cutting too, but I kind of want to make these very similar, right? When you do this stuff, you always want it to be. Oh yeah, yeah, that's pretty close. Although it still looks like that one, it's still not round enough. I think I'm gonna have to do. Well, let's see if this one will work. This one should work. It has edges that are rounder. Yeah, I like to make them. And again, that's the only problem when you're making like many of these cards. When you're making multiples of stuff, you have to keep in mind: do you have multiples of those images? Is it easier to find those? How much paper are you going to waste making that work? Which I totally didn't really think about. But this paper is just so gorgeous. Yeah, that's all I need. Okay, so let me put a glue dot underneath this one. Yeah, I like it better. See how it's got a little bit of round? There we go. And then, where's that little tiny one? I don't like to wait too long to put these on because I will lose things all the time. I lose things all the time. I had that little one. What did I do with it? Do. I didn't get it in this. That one's stuck. Probably on camera, you guys are probably like, it's right there. Come on, where's the little one? That's not little enough. I don't think that one's little enough. That'll be a little bit for the one below it. But, no, I had a tiny one. What did I do with it? Wonder if I knocked it off onto the ground on my net. I'm like, did I get it on my shirt? Is it on the edges? Do I see it on the ground? I do see one on the ground, but that's not the right flower. Nope, that's not even a flower. I can't even see. Great. So in my hap, trying to make sure I don't lose things. Oh, there it is. Look, there it is. Da da da. There we go. Ooh, my putty got all over the place. Here we go. Let's get another glue dot. Let's get this one stuck on there before it runs away from home. There we go. I want it to be a little off her hand. So you see the hand. There we go. Is that how I did it? Oh, you know what? I think this is on a dimensional, isn't it? It is. Wow. I put that on a tiny dimensional. Okay, what did I do with my tiny dimensionals? Here they are. Okay, so this one I'm going to cut it up. Like, there we go. That's what it is. It's on a tiny dimensional. I wanted it to stick up just a little bit on her hand. Come on, you can do it. The only problem when it's small like that, trying to get the sticky off sometimes is a pain. It's like I can't get the sticky off the edge. Okay, and then I think I rubbed off the sticky. Did I rub off the sticky? You add a glue dot to it. Okay, now add that on. Then it won't teeter as much. There we go. Ha ha! Muy bien. Okay, there we go. You see that? Okay. So there I got that. Now I need to build around the edges. So I think I need like this and this. And then I had another one that was small but not super small. There we go. That. Muy bien. Let me cut it down just a tiny bit maybe. My tongue's going. Because do that with my tongue. There we go. There we go. Nice. Although, maybe I need this. Oh, that's the same size, isn't it? Is that one? Like that. Yep. Let's see. Try to look at the ones I did before. It's very similar. Okay. Right, they don't have to be exactly the same because no thing is gonna ever be exactly the same. Because it is handmade, not manufactured. You just want to get it kind of the same, right? Similar-ish. Okay. And then what did I do with that little one? Here it is. Right here, a little blue dot. Yep. Okay. So this way I've got it done. And I can send these in the mail. I also want to make another card too. Oh, there's a bug. Okay, muy bien. Look at that. I got my front done. Isn't that pretty? And then once you get that done, then I'm going to add some ink, and then we can do so I'm going to add some ink to her eyes and to the little flowers, centers. Okay, so let's see. I need to add some to the front here. So I'm going to add one to here like that. Need a big thing. Need a glue dot. I'll put one right here. Oh, isn't that awesome? And then I need to put another one up here. Do I have another big? I have one that's bigger. I don't, so I need to cut one for that. And I think I need to cut, let's cut this big one right here. Flower, and we can add it to our card front. Then I can get out the jewels, my favorite jewels. I have so many of them because they went on the last chance sale, and I on the last chance list, and I bought a bunch. Although I had a whole bunch because they are my most favorite of all. I actually usually add it to my um, my to go bag. So when I go to my classes, if I decide I want a different kind of gem or I want to add gems to something, it's always the one I want. And then I'm going to put this one like right here so that I can add the gems. And that is my iridescent rhinestones. You guys remember these? It's been a while since we had these. I love them. They're my favorites. So let's get some of the bigger ones and we will just add those. So I'm going to add those to the centers of my flowers. There we go. And then 1, 2. So I thought I had it in 3 places. Oh, I do. This one I've lost one of my things off of here. That's the only problem if you don't put them right away. Here we go. Let's do over here. And I'll put this one right here too. I like to do 3. And I've got them on our the card front. So there we go. Now our card fronts match our other card fronts. Finally. Okay, and then let's do the inside. Let's finish it off. Now, I did not put anything on the inside so they can give it how they want, but I also have the stuff on the back. So let's do that. Okay, so we need a strip of DSP, which I have here, of that beautiful DSP on the back. So let me go ahead and make this bigger so you guys can see me. Okay, add this to the back. Get my glue going. Do. So pretty. Make sure it's going the right way. Like that. Very nice. And then this is Stampin' Up. This is actually from the, like, what is it called? The Sharing, Caring, Creating. But it is, it's actually unavailable. I don't know if the other one is still available, but I love to put my Stampin' Up logo because it's, they have the hallmarks on the back. We have Stampin' Up on the back, right? These are Stampin' Up products. And then I'm going to use the other one. So one of the companion things we have is, it says, created by, there's another, the Build-A-Bear thing. And then this one is Seal of Authenticity. So I'm actually going to add that to the back. Now, I haven't moved these yet to, again, I haven't moved all the things over. And some things you don't have to actually move and take off your thing. Does this one have the, no, this one doesn't either. When it came out, I don't even know. Okay, so we don't need the ink anymore. But we do need a Very Vanilla. So I want to make it match. So I need some Very Vanilla, right? And this is the one that I use to cut my circle out of. And I cut my inside layers at 3 7/8 by 5 1/8 is where I cut mine. 5 1/8. There we go. All right. Save that for later. Okay. So I need, for this one, I just need the strip to go on the bottom to be matchy-matchy. I love this paper. This paper is gorgeous. So gorgeous. Okay. I'm a Very Vanilla. And I tried using the beige, but the Very Vanilla just looks better. So I didn't go with the beige. Let's go. Because when I'm designing a card, it's a lot. A mess. Okay, here we go. I don't think I put another flower on the inside. I just left it plain. Right? I don't think I did. Nope. I just left them plain on the inside. Very pretty. Okay. Oh my gosh, guys. Look at that. Now I have cards. I'll make an envelope and I will put those in the in their little to go, and they look the same. Look how awesome that is, right? So I should write down if I probably won't put these up on my blog, but again, guys, so pretty, right? You can use your old stuff. This is a mixture of old and new, like retired ribbon, and I've got retired gems, but it looks great with our paper, the new paper, and I've got one piece of the stitched and the hello are also um, available, but this one, the layering circles is not, right? So you keep that stuff and use it, get it out and lose it. Luckily, all the Stampin' Up stuff usually goes really well together, retired and new. So it's always good to be able to use your stuff up um, and use your stuff so you're happy, right? Use all that stuff up, man. Love it, love it, love, love. Awesome. So I hope you guys enjoyed my is it Beary Best Friends, and how you can easily turn your wood stamps into cling, right? Just and getting some of that cling, some more clinging adhesive works like a charm. I'm telling you, it's so awesome. And I'll get these out, and hopefully, I'm sure they'll like them. I think it's just fun sometimes getting out some of your old stuff and making stuff with blending it with new stuff, right? So cute. The bear is super cute. Okay, so let's see what else is going on. OMG, guys, so much is going on. So right now, you can get the 12 Days of Crafting Advent Calendar. They're $99. This is a great thing to use if you want to get that at a great price. Hello, you can get for if you're not a part of Stampin' Up already, you can join for $35. $35 with the starter kit, and you can put $125, including that gorgeous 12 Days of Crafting calendar in it, and then have $25 left over. Right, that's pretty awesome. When you are picking out your stuff, it has to be exactly 125. It can't be like 125.25. So keep that in mind when you're making your list. Or you can get for the 99, which is our normal. Usually for $99 anytime you can get $125, but now because of the special, it's $99 for $189 worth of products, which is pretty awesome to put in your starter kit. And that is free shipping, so it's tax, so it's $35 plus tax, $99 plus tax to do with your starter kit. Lost you. My son sneezed in the other room. It's such a great deal. I mean, oh my god, there's just so much. And you can use any of the pre-order stuff as well. It's awesome. I love, love, love. I mentioned before there's a class. You can get that in my online store, and that is for the 23rd of October, which is, oh my goodness, coming up. Well, I guess it's 2 weeks away. It's a Thursday at the end of the month. So and that's at 2 o'clock Mountain Time. So you can still buy that. I think it's a $30 class in my online store. And like I said, that Designer Shirts paper is on back order until like November, but they will have alternatives. So if you want to do that class, that's still available. And then today is the 10th. OMG! So it's the last day to get the Cozy Christmas paper pumpkin, and I love paper pumpkin. They just are knocking them out of the park. I love the paper pumpkin. So just subscribe to Paper Pumpkin. I think it's $27 for the paper pumpkin this month. So I'll have the link is in the description of this video. So if you want to subscribe, today is the last day to do that to get the Cozy Christmas set. And the coordinating dies are actually already available in my online store. Okay, and I already talked about that. I have mine. I need to figure out when I want to get out and do my 12 days of crafting. I've seen what's inside them all, so I kind of want to like just pop them all open and make stuff, but maybe I should do it once at a time. But I love it. So even if you don't want to start it now, get it and hold on to it. I think I'm going to do the Haunted House next week, which is one of the kits, which I'm really excited about. So anyway, I've got a lot of cool stuff coming up. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Like I said, if you need any Stampin' Up stuff, you don't have a demonstrator, I'd love to help you. I'm a big enabler, love enable to get you all the new things that Stampin' Up has to offer. So if you want to support me, definitely like and subscribe and share this video to anybody who might actually love Build-A-Bear or has this set and is thinking about getting it out. And if you, like I said, if you need any Stampin' Up products, I don't have a demonstrator, you can follow the link to my online store and support me that way too. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your Friday and a great weekend. I hope you guys get some good time in your crafting room. See you later. Bye.